Live updates: 14-year-old accused of attack at Georgia school. 2 students and 2 teachers were shot dead at Apalachee High School in Windergah. The suspect, a student there, faces murder charges, officials said. Share full article. Video transcript. 3 minutes past 1, 22 minutes past 1. Shooting at Georgia High School leaves 4 dead. The police responded to a shooting at Apalachee High School in Windergah. At least 9 others were injured. Hurry up now. Come on, let's go. What do we got? A whole school to get evacuated, people. Come on now. Come on. Far left. Far left. Let's move with purpose. Come on. Yeah, really sad. It took us a while before we realized that she wasn't one of the victims. I mean, that's what, a good 4 to 5 minutes. An hour before we got word that she was okay. It was very terrifying. It's the least thing you'd expect to happen. I don't know how to explain the feelings. I mean, the fear. I have 2 children that go to Heyman Morris, which borders this school. And so first thing was immediately calling the schools. Then the text messages and stuff started coming through from the schools. Terror, absolute terror. The police responded to a shooting at Apalachee High School in Windergah. At least 9 others were injured. Credit. Mike Stewart, Associated Press. 2 new updates. Pin: Rick Rojas, Alessandro Marazzi Sassoon. Rick Rojas and Alessandro Marazzi Sassoon reporting from Georgia. At least 9 people were injured. Here's what else to know. A 14-year-old student opened fire at his Georgia high school on Wednesday, killing 2 students and 2 teachers before surrendering to school resource officers, according to the authorities, who said the suspect would be charged with murder. Students, barely a month into the new school year at Apalachee High in Windergah, described their terror as a lockdown that they initially thought was a drill turned out to be anything but. They said they heard gunfire and barricaded themselves in classrooms, then later fled to the football field to reunite with anxious parents. They attacked, which also injured 8 students and a teacher, stoked fear and anguish in Winder, a city of roughly 18,000 people in the exurbs of Atlanta, as the community grappled with the burst of violence that the local sheriff described as pure evil. Here's the latest. The suspect gave up and got on the ground after he was confronted by school resource officers, said Sheriff Judd Smith of Barrow County, which includes Winder. Officials said the 14-year-old, whom they identified as Colt Gray, would be prosecuted as an adult. The shooting was the deadliest episode of school violence in Georgia history and prompted an outpouring of sympathy and outrage. President Biden, in a statement, lamented the attack as another horrific reminder of how gun violence continues to tear our communities apart. Many in Winder were still waiting to learn the identities of those injured and killed. The authorities had not yet named any victims, although they plan to provide an update later on Wednesday. My heart hurts for our community, Sheriff Smith said.